Okay guys, so I'm going to explain to you a little bit onto what I am doing. This is the start of my Twilight Realm floppy hat that I so desperately wanted to make. As soon as the idea popped into my head, I was like, this has to happen. And so it's happening. So what I did under my mess of stuff, this is to scale, to my hat scale, printout of the Twilight Realm portal thing. It's very big. Let me get my other junk out of the way. It's big. It's the same size as my big floppy hat that I have right here. Started cutting pieces out. I printed this one out separately because I didn't want the center circle to have lines in it, like seams, because I figured that would be a lot harder because of how small it is. So after I cut this out with my handy dandy teeny tiny blade that I love so much, I then drew on the hat itself with a 2B pencil. 2B was nice and soft, but the lines weren't showing up, and I don't know where the other B pencils that I own are. So it wasn't showing up on the hat because of all the like texture, and like there's a slight like coating on it. You really couldn't see it. You could see it, but not really. Not really. So I was like, shit, what am I gonna do? This is gonna be really difficult if I can't see the lines that I'm trying to trace. Now, it was suggested to me to, you know, cut out all of this and then lay it down and then spray paint it. And that's a genius idea, but I wanted to cut it out in small segments, and also I really can't stand the smell of spray paint, and I didn't want to ruin my big floppy hat because I love it so much already. And so I was like, I'm just gonna hand paint it, and that's what I'm doing. So in order to get the lines to show up better, I decided to use this. This I've had since high school and I never freaking used it. It is called Vine Charcoal. Well, this one is Willow. It is a medium softness. I do have a harder one and a softer one in case the medium didn't work out so well. Worked out wonderfully. I also have my handy dandy regular charcoal on deck in case I needed it. I'll probably end up using that for the bigger pieces. I love charcoal. This was my medium in high school. This was my favorite thing ever. So the fact that I get to use my little Vine charcoal again is amazing. Even though, like I said, I didn't use this in high school. I bought it for college and then I never did it. But regular charcoal, I love it. It showed up on the hat so much better. So much better. I still am using this as a reference. So when I'm painting, because yes, I'm hand painting this because I'm crazy. Just to make sure that it's lining up, I add that on top. And like, I'll use the paintbrush a little bit with it on top, but I'll keep doing one of these things. I know it's not the best, but from far away it looks pretty cool. And that's only the Triforce. So next, I have to cut out these lines. These lines are going to be a pain in the butt. I don't even know if you were able to see that just now. Those skinny little black lines. They're going to be easy to do, but also a pain in the butt. Yeah, and what's going to be worse are, you know, the letters. Part of me is like, don't do it. And then the other part's like, you're spending all this time on this, you better do it. They come up in two spots. This small circle, which unfortunately the way that the sizing is going to be on a slight curve. Sad face. And then they come up again. I'm sorry that this video quality really sucks. I was trying to, you know, do this all on a stand, but because this is such a big project, putting it on a stand was not working, and I don't have a cameraman. So, selfie camera it is. Anyway, the next part of lettering is going to be probably around... Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's going to be... If that goes there... Stay with me here. If this goes here... Then the next bit is gonna, oh no, it's gonna go like right here. It's gonna go around the brim like that. Oh joy. I'm gonna keep taking some fast motion videos. They will be inserted throughout this whole video. And that's it for now. I'm gonna keep cutting out. I hope I get this done by Colossal Con, because that's what the goal is. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Day 2 of working on my hat. Last night I cut out all the circles and the dashes, and today I traced it onto the hat with charcoal and then painted it. They do not look like circles and dashes anymore, they just kind of look like dashes. So that leads me to assume that the words are not going to look like anything, especially because they don't really look like anything in the first place. If you don't know, I think this is Twilly. I think. I could be wrong. So yeah, I'm gonna cut them out to the best of my ability without ruining the stencil. The 2 sections that have these words might just end up being black, like just straight black, or like black with like lines in them, but not really these circles. I'm gonna try. I am doing it in negative at this point because, you know, it's written in white and I'm painting with black, so that might be a great challenge. I'm gonna eat some more goldfish because I'm hungry, but I don't feel like stopping. And goldfish is a good snack. And, yeah. Next is cutting out that part, so it should be fun. Lots of fun. Project, and it doesn't seem like I got very far, but I did. So currently right now I have the whole top part of it painted, and it's painted up to here. This is charcoal. You can see the difference in thickness. I don't know. But yeah, I just drew this piece, so I have to paint it, and then after that I have like 2-3 sections of skinny lines, and then more wording. And yeah, here are the skinny lines that I have to do. So I have these sections to do, and then the glorious Morhylian or Twilly or whatever language it is, because I still haven't looked it up. My Zelda knowledge is lacking right now because my brain cells are fried from doing this all day. I've been doing it all day, and yeah, that's about as far as I got. Hopefully once I hit the brim, not only does the pattern get bigger and easier, it'll be flat, so it'll be a lot easier for me to draw it on and then paint it. And yeah, I'm trying to get this done by today. I don't think that's gonna happen though. We'll see. It's day 3 working on this. It's also the 4th. May the 4th be with you. So I cut out I don't know where it went, but I cut out the words for over here, which the letters are, what are they? They're ENPG. It could be in any order of that, but they have to follow ENPG. I just don't know which one's first. No idea what it's trying to say. If you know, let me know, because I'm really curious. I know that those are the letters because I looked it up in my Hyrule Historia. But anyway, back to the hat. So, because of this depth here, it alters the way that the pattern lays on the hat. Because when it lays, if I laid the piece of paper that I had printed and taped together out, it fits the hat really nicely. But then as soon as you add that depth part to it, it distorts it. So because of that, I have this piece right here that's not really supposed to be there. It can be there though, because if you play Twilight Princess and you got up to where this part is, you notice that the portal, it pushes back into the stone that it's on, kind of like in Skyward Sword also, if you haven't played Twilight Princess. So it does create like a thick black border around each of the pattern pieces, but when you're just looking at it flat, you don't see that. So I have to unfortunately add the black piece right here, because then it wasn't fitting properly. Also, I cut out my big thing. I really didn't want to, but I did anyway. And if you see how it lays on it, my lines don't really match up. But if I push the hat, the piece in to try and match up with the hat itself, it got a little distorted. It fits better, but I have to keep pushing it in to make it fit properly, so the hat is going to be slightly distorted. There's really nothing I can do about it, and that explains why it got distorted over here too. It's a hat. I'm painting on a hat that has a lot of texture, and it's not easy. So if I was doing this flat, then I would have no problem. It probably would have been done already, but because it's a hat, there's issues. Also, the more I'm looking at it, the more it kind of reminds me of Kung Lao. Just saying. Anyway, I'm going to try and paint a little bit. I'm avoiding doing the words right now because I really don't feel like doing that at the moment. Plus, I have work today, so I'm going to just try and do this part that I blacked out already, because this is just flat black. And I'll do this part too, so I know what the heck I'm doing, and so it doesn't get all over my fingers like it is currently doing. So something told me not to work on cosplay stuff today, because today has been really off for me. And this is what happened. I started covering it already with gesso, but yeah, this is a big gray spot because I was freehanding with charcoal because my stencil really isn't doing much for me anymore. And the whole time I've been using charcoal to draw all of this pattern on, but I screwed up. So I tried using a wet paper towel to remove the screw up with a little bit of soap, because it's charcoal, so I knew water wasn't just going to take it off. And it turned it gray. And that's great. So yeah, I'm pretty angry about the whole thing. I am using gesso at the moment. Ta-da. And, I mean, luckily, a lot of it is going to be black anyway, but the parts that are white are now gray. And I'm really trying to not paint white because I'm fearful that I will have to paint all the white sections white. At least in that one ringed area, so it matches. Let's hope I don't have to do that. Let's hope the gesso matches the hat, and you won't see it. Because if you see a big gray section, then it's going to break the illusion of, you know, the portal. Yeah. So, let's just hope that this gets fixed. Hey guys, so it's day 4, I think, working on this hat. I got my wig. As soon as I got it, I put it on, and I haven't taken it off since because I don't want to. So yeah, I kind of abandoned working on my hat because I got really mad about it. But I'm in a happy place because I got my new wig, so I decided to keep working on it. This is what I'm doing. You can still see where it got screwed up. And I am kind of making up my own pattern at this point because this area right here does not, it just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. So instead of fighting with it and starting all over again, I decided to add this little triangle down, which is going to cause, you know, a white diamond over here, which is fine because whatever. It's supposed to be this straight line here. I don't even know if you see that. This, well, it's not straight, but this like slight angle line, and then this bit. Instead, I'm going down like this. Whatever, this area is going to still be reminiscent of what it's supposed to look like. What I did is I'm using one of the extra bits that I have, and I'm going like this, And then when I get that half, I'm flipping it and I'm going like this. And because it's only like about halfway, it gives me room to play with it to make it fit the obscure shape that I have created a lot better. So I'm hoping to try and get this done. I am off for the next 2 days, so hopefully the hat will be completely finished and I can work on the sarong, which I already started, and that needs to get painted. But once that's done, Midna is basically done after that, which is good because then I can start on my other costumes because I have 3 others that I have to work on. I'm gonna get back to work. I just realized that I have completely stopped taking the time-lapse videos while I work. I think that has a little bit to do with the fact that I was getting really angry and I didn't feel like sitting on my camera. So sorry about not having any time-lapse recently within this video, except for the beginning. Anyway, it's almost done. I'm dreading this still, which is why it's still white. Again, that's the words. The bottom got pushed off the edge a little bit. What can you do? It doesn't matter. It looks pretty cool though now that there's that huge solid black section. I enjoy it thoroughly, which is good because I was starting to really hate it. I don't think I talked about it, but basically all I'm using to do this is a big ass bottle of black paint. This black paint is really quite obnoxious, and I should have just bought a new one before I even started, which probably would have helped, but I didn't. It's coming out kind of like toothpaste. This paint is not supposed to have the consistency of toothpaste, and yet it does. I don't know why. My big folk art paints have been doing that lately, and I'm pretty annoyed about it. And the only other blacks I have on hand right now is enamel and fabric paint. I don't want to use either of those. Plus the fabric paint black really isn't that black. They say it's black, but they lie. It's like a grayish black. Anyway, yeah, just that and the trusty angle brush, which you guys were seeing me use, the littler one in the time-lapse videos. And again, my charcoal, which has been misplaced. I should have stuck with the vine charcoal the entire time. Well, it's this one's willow. Because when I use the normal, like, rectangular charcoal pieces, that's when that thing happened with the thing. And luckily you don't see the thing anymore, really, to speak of. Can you tell me where that mess up is? Looking at it right now through my phone, I can't see it, which is good. But I don't know if when you turn it through the light. Yeah, you can tell where it is. Oh well. It's gonna be the back anyway, so it doesn't matter. Also, it was suggested by both my mother and my sister that I should tie a ribbon around the hat and just kind of plant the tails of it in that spot, kind of like that hat right there. There, right there. This is a ribbon. It's tied around. This is difficult. It's tied around this hat, and it comes down like that. I could never be a weatherman. Goodness. But yeah, I could just show you guys this. See. Except with this, it's loose. I will probably just throw a stitch in the other one just to pin it down so it doesn't move, so you don't see that spot. And that was really close to my face. And I'm not a pretty person right now. I mean, I got my hair in my weird semi-Panda Annie hairstyle, but whatever. It's out of my way. So I'm going to get back to work, and hopefully I will have this hat done by today. If not, I will definitely have this last bit here, and we'll see what happens with the word section, because I really don't feel like doing that. I might move on to something else. And this is now almost 4 minutes, so I'll see ya. An update later. So I was finally editing my hat make video, if you want to call it that, and I realized that I never actually finished it. I got up to a certain step, and then I completely just gave up recording everything, which is not good, because we need to end this, right? You need to end this journey that's been like 20 minutes long for you guys. Well, here's the end. My lovely assistant Betty is currently wearing my hat with the Midna wig on underneath. It has been like, there's now, Colossal Con was 2 weekends ago at this point. Whatever, so I'm sure you guys saw pictures of it already. So if you haven't, you can go on my Facebook or my Instagram and you'll see them. Oh, actually, even on YouTube, I have videos of me wearing it. So there you go with that. But here's the finished hat. I'll hold it up like so. Oh, I don't even know if you saw that. Sorry. Ta-da! I really like how it came out. The second row of words came out pretty decent, and I rushed that like crazy. I think I might have done that the day I left for Ohio, because we left at like 12 a.m. So I think I did it on Wednesday in the morning because it was dry enough for me to pack at least. I think that's when I did it. And I never wait that long to finish costumes. I hate doing that. I don't like all that stress. And in doing that, I totally forgot that I wanted to add that extra ribbon, and I forgot to even just throw this back on, which is the gold rim thing that came with the hat. See? I forgot to put it back. I didn't have to put it back, but it kind of matched the gold that was on my bathing suit, so it would have all went together. But it looked fine anyway. At least I think it did. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you for joining me on my journey of the Twilight Mirror Hat. I kept calling it a portal. Yeah, it is a Twilight portal also, but its real name is the Twilight Mirror. Actually, you can see my necklace. And Kay was actually wearing my necklace when she was Zelda, so we kind of matched. I thought that was cute because I brought it just in case. So that is all, and thank you for watching. I'm sorry this video was so long. I was trying to cut out as much as possible, but then it wasn't making sense. So thank you all for sitting there and watching it, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.